Tezcatlipoca, the mysterious and terrifying god of fate, war, and sorcery. The shadowed origins of Tezcatlipoca. In the grand pantheon of Aztec mythology, few gods were as feared and revered as Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror. He was a god of many faces, a bringer of war, a master of deception, a force of destruction, and yet also a giver of power and destiny. Unlike other deities who embodied pure creation or destruction, Tezcatlipoca existed in the in-between, the ever-shifting balance of fate, the duality of darkness and light. His very name, Tezcatlipoca, means smoking mirror in the Nahuatl language, referring to the obsidian mirrors he used to see into the hearts of men and predict the fate of the world. In some legends, these mirrors could also be portals to other realms, swirling with dark smoke and mystical visions. Tezcatlipoca was one of the 4 major creator gods in Aztec mythology, each associated with a cardinal direction and a different color. Tezcatlipoca, black, north, darkness and fate. Quetzalcoatl, white, west, wisdom and wind. Huitzilopochtli, blue, south, war and the sun. Totec, red, east, fertility and renewal. Yet, despite their shared roles in shaping the universe, Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl were the most closely intertwined, both as allies and bitter rivals in an endless cosmic struggle. The creation of the world and the fall of the first sun. The Aztecs believed that the world was not created once, but destroyed and remade multiple times, each era ruled by a different sun. Tezcatlipoca played a central role in these cycles, often acting as both the creator and the destroyer. In the first age, he ruled as the first sun, but his reign was far from peaceful. His rival, Quetzalcoatl, grew envious of his power and struck him down, causing him to fall from the sky and into the sea. Enraged, Tezcatlipoca transformed into a gigantic jaguar and unleashed his fury upon the world, sending his jaguar servants to devour humanity. This destruction marked the end of the first sun, forcing the gods to rebuild the world once more. This cycle repeated several times, with Tezcatlipoca playing different roles, sometimes as the sun, sometimes as the force that tore it down. This myth symbolized the impermanence of power and the ever-changing nature of fate, themes that define Tezcatlipoca's influence in Aztec culture. He was not merely a god to be worshipped. He was a god to be feared, respected, and appeased. The jaguar god of war and destiny. One of Tezcatlipoca's most feared aspects was his association with jaguars, creatures of stealth, power, and the night. He was often depicted with jaguar spots, or even as a full obsidian jaguar, prowling through the darkness, watching over warriors and rulers alike. As the god of war and conflict, Tezcatlipoca was a patron of warriors and rulers. Aztec kings often claimed to receive their divine right to rule through him, and he was said to test their strength and leadership. If a ruler was found unworthy, Tezcatlipoca would ensure their downfall through disease, war, or betrayal. But Tezcatlipoca was not just a god of external war. He was a god of inner conflict, the eternal struggle between a man's desires, his morality, and his inevitable fate. His influence was believed to extend to every level of society. He tempted men into sin, only to punish them for their weakness. He blessed those who proved themselves worthy, rewarding them with power and strength. He watched over warriors in battle, granting them courage or sealing their doom. Unlike Quetzalcoatl, who symbolized wisdom and peace, Tezcatlipoca represented the harsh reality of life. The fact that fate was cruel, unpredictable, and beyond human control. Tezcatlipoca and the sacrificial rituals. As one of the most powerful gods in the Aztec pantheon, Tezcatlipoca was honored through brutal and elaborate rituals. One of the most important ceremonies dedicated to him was Tezcatl, a festival where a young warrior, chosen for his beauty, skill, and perfection, would be treated as a living embodiment of Tezcatlipoca for an entire year. During this time, he was given the finest clothes, jewelry, and food. He was allowed to walk among the nobility, respected and revered. He was provided with 4 women, symbolizing different goddesses, to accompany him. But this year of luxury came at a terrible cost. At the end of the year, he was sacrificed atop the temple, his heart torn out as an offering to the smoking mirror. This ritual symbolized the fleeting nature of power, beauty, and life itself. Everything that Tezcatlipoca embodied. The eternal rivalry, Tezcatlipoca versus Quetzalcoatl. Perhaps the most famous legend of Tezcatlipoca is his rivalry with Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. In one myth, Tezcatlipoca tricked Quetzalcoatl into disgrace, leading to the feathered serpent's exile. Knowing that Quetzalcoatl valued purity and wisdom, Tezcatlipoca got him drunk with a powerful pulque, causing Quetzalcoatl to act foolishly and bring shame upon himself. Overcome with guilt, Quetzalcoatl fled into exile, leaving the city of Tallinn in ruins. Some myths say that before leaving, Quetzalcoatl vowed to return one day, an omen that would later fuel the Aztecs' fear of foreign conquerors. This story reflects the duality of their cosmic struggle. Quetzalcoatl represents wisdom, order, and civilization. Tezcatlipoca represents fate, chaos, and destruction. Neither could fully defeat the other, as both were necessary for the balance of the world.